Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm giving my first intraday report because I'm pretty excited about what we're seeing with Micron right now. And I also wanted to cover some of the big news stories that hit last night and into this morning that I think will cause some positive sentiment for the stock overall. So we're going to jump in. We're going to take a look at how the stock performed right out of the morning bell. What's it doing right now, intraday, the intraday performance. I'll cover three big pieces of news that I think will continue to cause some positive sentiment overall, not only just for Micron, but for the memory sector overall, and just continue to push this sector forward as we move through 2026. And then lastly, I'm going to come back later tonight with a more in-depth video about the performance for Micron today, the performance of the other memory players, and I want to cover this Destiny 40 concept that Micron has put out in the marketplace. If you're not familiar with Destiny 40, make sure you jump back tonight and listen to the second video overall. But let's get started for today. It's just a quick video, a quick update on how we're performing overall with Micron. So let's jump over and take a look at performance right now. You can see on your screen where we started the day. So opened up at 411, as you know, had a nice green candle there. We did see a low of about 396 a share, high of 409. It actually opened at 400 based on the pre-market moves that we saw with the stock. A little bit of a bearish signal the next 30 minutes overall. We hit a low of 395 in that time period, but saw a nice buy the dip opportunity come back. And this really was a nice masterclass for how to handle volatility with the stock. We move right back up into that high of 413 and kind of landed on that low in that 15-minute interval there, about 405. You can see where the stock is trading right now. Currently, we're hovering around a 404, just under a 2% dip from where we opened up the day, about $7 down overall. But I think that movement that you see here and just being able to hold this 400 line overall is a great sentiment for the stock. We want to see it push through and get back to that hover and break through that 420 resistance level that we have talked about. And there's some stories out there right now that I think will help it do it overall. But as again, we saw that dip at 395, great buy the dip opportunity. Were any of you guys able to jump in at 395 and buy Micron earlier this morning? Drop a comment and let me know your thoughts. Or were you concerned about the movement? I think we've become accustomed with the volatility with this stock. We know there's profit taking. We know there's people that have weaker hands holding this stock, but we also know the demand and the fundamentals are strong with Micron. And that's why I have a bullish outlook overall for the stock. But make sure you do your research, your own investment, ensure it's the right fit for you. But there's three big pieces of news that I wanted to cover today that I think will continue to give a bullish sentiment for Micron overall. First is another 450 catalyst, we'll call it. So once again, we saw another analyst house. In this case, it's Needham, and their analyst Quinn Bolton came out and moved his price target from Micron to 450. He's maintaining a strong buy on the stock. And Bolton's note, he again just noted the fundamental shift. We are moving from a cyclical memory market to a structural one, kind of the Giga-Cycle that we talked about last night. He predicts the memory market, memory demand will outpace supply for the entirety of this year and into next. That's a great sentiment from another analyst. We're seeing this over and over. I think the other one is just the reconfirming again from Micron that putting the HBM4 rumor to rest, that they have production underway, they've commenced with shipments, and they are meeting the speed test. So it should put them right at the heart of the Vera Rubin platform that is going to be debut at GTC, I believe, next month. So that's a great sign overall. And then the last one I want to jump and just show you guys, and I'll jump back over to my screen to pull up an article that hit last night that is from the Wall Street Journal, and it focuses on what's called, I think they're calling it the temporary city overall. So Micron, as you know, is massively spending to build their fabs to meet these demands. And I want to go through some of the highlights of this article just to show you the sentiment that I have. But you can see here the headline: Micron is spending $200 billion to break the AI memory bottleneck. And if we start to scroll down, we'll see some things. And first, I'll focus on the fab that they're expanding in Boise. So we know we have the space already, but they are Micron is spending $50 billion more to double the size of their 450 size campus or acre campus there, including construction of 2 new chip factories or fabs. The first fabs, inaugural silicon wafers, are expected to roll off the factory line in mid-2027. We know how long this memory takes to produce. That's why sometimes when we see people say this is a glut and the demand will be over, we know how long it takes to produce the memory that is needed in the market. We know the demand that's there from the hyperscalers and everything that's building out. So this memory demand will last for years. But the interesting piece, I think, that put it in perspective for me, if you look at each of these fabs, the 2 that they're expanding in their campus in Idaho, will be 600,000 square feet. And just put that in perspective, that's the size of more than 10 football fields, making this some of the biggest clean rooms that have ever been built in the United States of America. I think the other one that, just again, to put it in perspective, that each Boise fab is expected, you can see here, is expected to use 70,000 tons of steel and 300,000 cubic yards of concrete to build, enough for 4 Empire State Buildings. Think about the magnitude of what Micron is investing and what they're building to meet the demand. And that's not all, as it goes on to say, is that near Syracuse, they have broken ground on the $100 billion fab investment, which represents the state of New York's largest ever private investment. And in addition to that, last year, Micron announced a $9.6 billion fab investment in Japan. So I think I pulled up a couple more things. Here you go. And it's the sentiment, again, is hitting these articles. Wall Street Journal, investors are reading this, analysts are reading this. It's going to continue to push this stock. But the biggest piece is around just the margins. We know that's where Micron is a darling for investors. It's expected gross margins in the current quarter to hit 65. This is the line that jumped out to me, which is approaching the more than 73% that Nvidia earns on its sales of its flagship products, its GPUs. So is Micron the next Nvidia? Is that what we're going to see over the next 24 to 36 months? That type of parabolic growth, the demand that they have in the marketplace. We know this company is doing everything they can and going all in on their investment to meet demand. It's great to see. It's great to see how the stock performed overall. The article is in Wall Street Journal if you want to read it to reconfirm your confidence overall in the stock in this sector. But wanted to share it with you guys, wanted to give you this intraday report. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below. Let me know if there's anything else that you're seeing that you'd like me to cover or may have missed in this video. But I hope you're having a great day, guys. See you soon.